Hi, Rob again, and welcome to another installment of Rob Reviews. I'm doing this one because the next episode of Mist is running a bit behind schedule, and in the hopefully won't be happening event that I can't get it up before December, this is going to be my obligatory one video of the month. At least one video per month. I might discuss that a little more as we get closer, but yeah, so tonight is a review of Pixar's new film, The Good Dinosaur. It's a Pixar movie, anticipating it. I was actually there when they announced it back in 2011, so I guess it's cool that finally came around. First I'm gonna try not to be too spoilery. There's one specific thing I might get slightly spoilery on, but maybe I'll try and leave it vague. I haven't decided yet. We'll get there when we get there. I forgot to mention. Depending on when I get this uploaded, hopefully you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and that you survived or are surviving Black Friday. I'm recording this on the 25th of November, the day before Thanksgiving, and, well, I guess I'm talking to you through Doc Brown powers. Okay, first I'll mention the short before the movie, Sanjay's Super Team. I think that's what it was called. I found it okay. The designs on the faces of the kid and his dad are a bit odd, but I have to admit, this thing, there's a moment at the very end, the short ends, and then there's a quick little thing it shows before the credits begin, and that kind of makes it. That's where the main strength of the short comes from. There's a thing alluding to it at the very beginning, but it's the bit at the end, it didn't really hit me till there. I'll say that, without giving away too much, it involves, I'm assuming, the basis of the idea of the short, which is cool, kind of considering it. It's, I guess, something you could relate to. Interestingly religious. I'm not sure what to say about that. So, the main attraction, Good Dinosaur. Good. I don't know if I'm gonna go to great, but yeah, it's good. Definitely not a bad one, so I'm just gonna mention a few things before I actually did notes this time! See? Notes! I actually did that! For once, I actually wrote down what I want to say beforehand. I'm getting better at this. Yay me. Okay, I think I've realized motif of Pixar's. I know they have, the sort of thing is always somebody goes out on a journey of self-discovery. I've realized they seem to have a patterns. Almost all their movies have to do with somebody being taken out of their environment, and then they have to deal with that. And sometimes maybe it's trying to get back home. Some are more arguably this than others, but interesting that's a motif. There's a few things that feel a little predictable-ish. Like some of the stuff at the beginning, they're all, oh, you're gonna do this someday, so, no, I'm not doing it yet. It'll come. So, by the end, it's gonna happen. Comes with the territory, I guess. So, for the animation of the cartoon, before I get to that, I'm kicking off with the style of it. Kind of interesting. I don't really have a problem with this. I just find it interesting. This movie is episodic. The structure is on a episodic side of things. It's kind of okay, we'll take the characters, we'll have this happen, then they did this, then this, they did this, and then they did this. And I don't think Pixar has really done that yet. So cool. Differing styles. It's an approach. Where was I gonna go? So there's a moment where, the kid rips the head off of a bug. I lean over to my mother and go, there's your PG rating. Yeah, sort of interesting, this whole thing about, I guess, avoiding the dreaded G rating to quote TV tropes. So, yeah, and Pixar does seem to make it PG only when really needed. Maybe Inside Out and Brave are a little more arguable either way, but also justifiable. And yeah, considering some of the stuff some of the moments in this movie, yeah, it's definitely justifiable, I'd say. We got some peril, we've got some predatorious moments. Come on, kids, let's go to this cute dinosaur movie. Yay! Oh my god, it ain't the fuzzy thing! Nightmares for years! Great. Well, at least we saved up the therapy money. Got a little dark. Yeah, so it's another PG Pixar movie then? Why do I keep talking like this? Oh, it's that. God damn it, Rob. Be a better speaker, person. Dude, I'll get to that in a bit. Just a quick mention, there's the thing in the movie that probably got a huge laugh out of me is, I won't say what, but it involves someone named Dream Crusher. You'll see it when you see the movie. Damn it, I was gonna go somewhere. There was somewhere I was gonna go, but I don't remember. There are other things to talk about. I'm speaking in a drawl now for some reason. See, Dream Crusher, where was I gonna go with that? That's funny. I actually wrote up notes and I'm still stumbling through this. Okay, I'll just skip ahead of this one thing. So yeah, the characters, the animation on them is fine. Yeah, a bit cartoony, but it works. But my god, the environments. Holy crap. The environments in this movie look spec-frickin-tacular. Like, there are times throughout this movie where you might... I wouldn't blame you if you think if some of these environments are live action. If you thought that at any point, I will not blame you. That's how good some of this animation is. Like, these settings. Oh, good stuff. Okay, so, without giving away too much, there's a moment, say, kind of a little after the 2/3 point, where they do something, and you think, are they really making that choice? Especially right after Inside Out. To make that particular choice right after certain choices they made in Inside Out. Apologies for the vagueness, I'm just trying not to be too spoilery, but yeah, so... And then it turns out they're not doing it. So... you can rest kind of easy. There are moments, like, especially near the end, like, some of the more emotional moments where they decide to go on a little dialogue, which works nicely. Like, a couple moments involving the human kid and families, and the very end of the movie. So, transitioning. This thing about it being good but not great, it kind of gets me wondering about some of the implications of that, especially when you compare it to other movies. Like, say, some of the ones we've had this year. So in particular, I'm gonna think about, say, comparing it to Inside Out and the Peanuts movie and Shaun the Sheep, which I'd say are my top 3 animated movies so far of this year, and that's probably gonna be the case. Like, I think I'm gonna put this movie at number 4 of that. So, let's talk about that. Comparing it to Shaun the Sheep, I mean, I thought Shaun the Sheep turned out pretty well. With that one, I was sort of expecting just a nice little Aardman movie, and that's exactly what it is, a nice little Aardman movie, and they did really well with that. So why is that just a nice little family movie, whereas I almost feel like, is Good Dinosaur not that? Is it more than that? Is it something else? Is it? I'm not sure. The rating, like, I'd say the PG rating for Good Dinosaur is more justified, whereas Shaun the Sheep, it probably could have been G. Just some of the rude humor got in the way of that. And I kind of wonder, does dialogue play into it? Because part of one of the excellent things about the Shaun the Sheep movie is how that film has pretty much no dialogue. I'm not saying every movie should be silent, but it was pretty cool how you could have a children's movie, a family movie, with no real dialogue in it, just told all visually, show don't tell. So, versus Peanuts. So people say, the general consensus seems to be like, Peanuts movie is good, not great. I've said this before on a different channel, but I feel that Peanuts movie is, like, it's great in its goodness. So, also that movie has to deal with, respecting the works, respecting Schultz and his work, and which it succeeded in. So, I feel like that one is really good by being just good. It gives us what it needed to be. Just a fine Peanuts movie that still respects Schultz and his work. And there's also, gee, that was nice. And then now the big one, this versus Inside Out. Because, if you don't exactly think Inside Out totally matches the hype, I'll understand it. Like, considering certain other major popular Disney movies of the last few years that I'm not exactly saying they're totally matching the hype. But but Inside Out, I feel, does match the hype totally. Like, totally hype deserving. Inside Out, I feel, is amazing. So, and of course, not every movie has to be that amazing. Again, Peanuts and Shaun the Sheep, they did not need to be on the level of Inside Out. They just need to have their own little missions, and they succeeded in them, which is why I feel they work so well. In Good Dinosaur, we have it, like, not just from the same studio as Inside Out, but right after it. Like, mere months, like less than half a year after Inside Out. I'm trying to keep it under 15 minutes, just saying, to be safe. Kind of pushing it. Even though I think my copyright strike expires today, so hopefully when I get back home this will work. Like, when I can get this uploaded, I shouldn't have to worry about being under 15 minutes anymore. I'm just wasting time now. So, anyway, back to Inside Out. So is it fair to compare them? Like, or just appreciate each movie for what they are? Yeah, I guess that is the question, like, in times of this. Do you just appreciate a movie for, like, say, between these Inside Out and Good Dinosaur? Is it fair to compare them? Like, Good Dinosaur is what it is, and Inside Out is what it is, but when they're from the same team, like, does that set a standard? Is the standard, what's the word I'm looking for? Justified? Is it not entirely justified? It's kind of an interesting question, I suppose, and I don't know if I have an answer just now. It just came to mind as something to think about. So, if I have any additional comments, I'll leave them in the description, which I'm guessing is down there unless YouTube changes formats again. So, Good Dinosaur, I liked it. Yeah, enough, yeah. I recommend it. It's a fine Pixar movie, I suppose. I should hopefully get... So yeah, here's hoping I can get the next Mist up by the end of the month. If not, maybe I'll just end up doing 2 reviews in December, that and a Christmas one, or maybe I'll save it for another month. Maybe I just put it in the beginning of December. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have an excellent rest of the year, and stay tuned for Mist's review of Freddy as FR07. Later.